What's up everyone, my name is Wong and I'm a photographer. Not only I shoot lots of portraits, lots of landscape, but sometimes I also shoot cosplay. But today, what I'm trying to talk to you about is that I've been shooting cosplay for over a decade. Back then, I have no idea what cosplay is. But now it has become a full-time hobby for me. I go to a cosplay convention almost every month. But other than being fun, some people are able to also monetize from cosplay, either doing photos or doing video. In fact, I'm actually here to interview some photographer and some videographer that I see along the way and ask them, how do they charge, or what's their approach? What is their way to monetize from cosplay? But first, let me tell you 5 ways to monetize from cosplay. Number 1, set up photo shoots. For a photographer, the best way to monetize cosplay is to take photos of people and sell that service to, all the cosplay that want their photos taken. You can do so by, setting up a photo shoot at a convention, or you can do it by, setting up a offsite location shoot. That could be anywhere. And the best way to do so is to, message them on social media, or even email them if they have it in their bio, or they're also cosplayer, they're seeking out photographer to take their photos and they're willing to pay for it. Number 2, you can actually offer your cosplay photography service to the convention itself. Sometimes convention, they would actually hire photographer, especially the bigger one, to walk around the convention space to take photos, videos, all kind of stuff, so they can get promotional material of all these people having fun in the background, or people down here, just everywhere they go, so they can have more stuff to use for social media and everything. But sometimes they also hire photographer to set up a booth to let cosplayer come in to take photos, sometimes on a blank backdrop, sometimes on a set, So there's different ways. So you can reach out to convention, there's always the email on their website, and let them know that, hey, you're a professional photographer, you want to offer your service, and see if they're interested. Number 3, offer photo retouching services, which is something that really needed for cosplay photography, because cosplay is such a specific niche and people need a style for their cosplay photos, especially because they're character from games, animes. So if I want to do photos and do video with styles that involve that kind of anime or that kind of games, I need to know what it's like. So if you know that kind of stuff and you know how to do retouching, you can do that and people will pay you good money for it. Number 4, exclusive content. So you can also offer some exclusive content on websites like Patreon or any other paywall websites. What it means is that, other than everything that you do, you can also capture photos or videos or things behind the scenes as a content and offer that to people. Usually it's in the form of, as tutorial or educational content. And a lot of photographer or videographer would love to learn from you to see how you do, your photos, what is your process, and maybe you can incorporate that into their style. There's also a lot of cosplayers who want to get into photography themselves and want to learn from it, or they want to do self-shooting and maybe watching this content will benefit them. So you can also, make some money by having that content on those paywall sites. All right, lastly, number 5, social media platform payouts. A lot of platform right now on social media has some kind of creator fund. TikTok's very famous for their ones, but I'd see that Instagram is also rolling out on theirs. Of course, YouTube can pay you by posting videos and then having monetization on. As long as you have certain amounts of subscriber and views, you can engage the program and you can start monetizing by creating content on those websites. All right, now I'm gonna go take some photos. But then tonight, when it's darker, when I'm not taking more photos, I'm gonna go around and talk to different photographer, different videographer to see what is their way to charge in cosplay photography, how do they monetize, and what is their approach. So let's take a look. So,
okay.
All right. So tell me, what's your name?
Jarrett, I'm Swollen Photography.
Awesome. So tell me about what is your approach to cosplay photography as a photographer?
Well, I have a degree in business, and first thing you learn is supply and demand. So if you have no demand, that means you have to affect the supply. Obviously, there's a lot of supply of photographers and videographers out here. The difference is, can you bring more value than the competition? And that's when money comes in. So if you have low value, you don't charge, and then that's how you get your value higher. And there's a certain time where you are so good at your craft that people are dying to get in line, and now all of a sudden demand's higher, and that's when you can bring in money. So you're asking about pricing, how much is a reasonable amount? So I think by location, but also by your value. So I think the national average for cosplay photography is like about $100 for a set, but also comes down to like how much editing you do in your process. I love editing. I like my model's skin to look amazing. There's a lot of work to that. And in order to get that, it's a lot of my time. So you're scaling time with quality, value, supply, and demand. So you're asking, like, what is the best way to monetize photography? And it's like an algorithm, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Quality versus quantity, supply versus demand.
Awesome. What do you consider like a set of photos?
Right now, so tomorrow I'm doing a really great set, and I'm actually bringing a shutter bombs, which brings more value. So I increased the price to 200, and I'm giving 10 edited photos with an option to increase by 10 for a discount later. So 10 fully edited photos, but that's a group rate because there's 2 cosplayers coming in. So normally it'd be $100, but I gave them a bonus package, so we're going to do a speed set. They're going to get a ton of content and for a really reasonable price. And it's going to be an hour-long shoot total. And it's going to take me probably a week to edit out of my time, and I'm going to make sure it's their first con ever. So they wanted to invest to really start their career in the convention world of cosplay.
All right, so I also got my friend here, Mineral Blue. Hello, Mineral Blue. What's your channel?
Mineral Blue.
It's Mineral Blue here. So my friend here, Mineral Blue, he's a photographer, but he also does actually mostly video stuff. Like he got his like rig right here, right now. Can you tell me a little bit about how you can monetize, like doing like video stuff, on different platforms? How does it work?
So a lot of it is mainly YouTube. YouTube is very friendly for monetization. I think you have to have a minimum of, there's a certain small threshold, but once you pass that threshold, Google/YouTube shares its ad revenue with you. So it's a pretty good program.
And what is it like to getting invited to conventions? Like, do they pay you, or how does it work?
It really depends on the convention. A lot of the smaller conventions sometimes will invite you, put you up in lodging and things like that. The larger conventions, you kind of pay your own way often because they're just so big. But a lot of those conventions, just the popularity of the videos pays for itself in terms of YouTube revenue.
Oh, all right. Hello, so what's your name?
Brian Cox,
Okay, what do you go by?
BC Photography, but all my social medias is Brian Cox Photography.
Awesome. So tell me more about your approach, and your format for, charge cosplay photography.
So ultimately what I do is I come up with a base price based on my skill level and looking around what other cosplayer photographers do. Ultimately, since I'm already at a con location, I reduce my cost because there's no travel fee because I'm already going to be physical here.
Okay.
And then in my packages, I give them a certain amount of photos, so that way they don't get all the photos.
Okay.
Because as a photographer, you want to make sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And then you shoot them, and then you're done with them. So you want them to be wanting more from you. So you always try to give them that taste.
Yeah.
And then once they get those 4 to 5 images, then you want to say, hey, additional images cost X amount. And then the other thing I do that a lot of photographers can't do is I do digital compositing. And I can add special effects, power effects for additional cost also.
Gotcha. Would you actually able to tell us some about your cost or something?
Yeah. So a standard cosplay session is $60 at a con like this. It is a 20-minute shoot. I roughly shoot maybe 30 to 35 exposures, depending on how many different locations we move to. And they get 4 images, and that's $60.
Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. While we're talking about photo shoots, here's another tip. If you do group cosplay photo shoots, like multiple people in that photo shoot, you may actually get more money from it too, because each cosplayer will be paying less, but the lump sum total will give you a bit more. But also one more thing, just because, you can monetize from shooting cosplays doesn't mean you have to. Sometimes it's great to have it just as a hobby and just enjoy it for what it is. All right, so tell me first, what's your name?
Min.
Min, nice to meet you, Min. What's your handle?
Shots by Min.
Okay, shot by Min. We'll try to put it down here somewhere. So tell me, do you charge cosplay photo shoot? And if you do, what is that like for you?
Yes, I do charge photo shoots. It's just, I kind of have a format to where it's going to be quick and easy. Each person gets 20 minutes each. The reason why is only 20 minutes because a lot of people have other things to do, with scheduled times. So I just thought maybe it'll be easier for people to be getting a quick amount of photos in a due time so that they don't have to worry about missing out on other opportunities.
Okay, so you have a time limit, so do you tell them how many photos you give them, or
Yeah,
how?
I do.
Yeah, so how do you charge, or what's that like?
It'll be 65 for 7 edited photos of their choice, all within 48, 72 hours turnaround time after the con.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much. All right, so I got another person here. What's your name?
Paul,
Paul, what is your handle?
Camera Ninja with a K.
All right, camera ninja. Okay, so I know you also do charge cosplay photo shoot and stuff like that. Can you tell me a little bit about how is your approach and what's that like?
There's a lot of ways to do this. So some people will charge by how much time it takes you to do the photos. Other people will just charge by the edit. Like if I'm going to select one photo or two photos, then you're going to charge for how many edits you do. And the really high level stuff that some people do will charge for licensings depending on how the image is being used. Is it being used for resale? Are they going to be posting it on other websites? Are they going to use it for commercial purposes? So there's no one size fits all. Case by case, everyone needs vary.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to enjoy the convention right now by taking photos and hanging out with friends. And then let me know in the comment down below if there's any other ways you feel like I can monetize some cosplay, or if there are any other video you want me to make. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, the usual. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.